Hi everyone, how's everyone doing here today? Thank you for watching. So here we have part 2 of the failed GOP circus. Previously I explained what transpired between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jasmine Crockett. You know, Greene just being her usual spectacle, worthless self. Around that same time in New York, you had other members of GOP, of the clown show circus of MAGA, who were there to try and support Trump during his court and everything. And what's even more bizarre is they all dressed in the same fashion with like the blue suit and the red tie and everything. Let's be honest here. Let's say this was during the Clinton administration and he was on trial for similar charges involving some of the women he had affairs with. Okay? Let's say he was being held accountable in the same way, like Paula Jones, the way Trump was for Eugene Carroll. And let's say like Schumer, Pelosi, and AOC, she wasn't around back then, but just hypothetically, let's say they were there putting on similar cosplay, like this Clinton cosplay, like they did as if they stopped at Party City and were there to show support, because he's on a gag order, so they're going to mouth off to the press. Would you not look at that and think that that's pretty weird, or that's not normal, or it's like, what the hell are you doing defending a criminal or possible criminal? No, Trump has already been found guilty of fraud and sexual assault. He is a criminal. Make no mistake about that. Here's the point I'm trying to make, which I was talking to a friend today. And yeah, between the thing that happened with Greene and what happened in New York with these people like Matt Gaetz, who was saying, like, who tweeted, you know, stand back, stand by. Again, he wants to see more violence. Well, he does nothing because he's a spineless coward. Boebert trying to throw her 2 cents in because she's got nothing intelligent to say. So, you know, she said she doesn't even know what the charges are. Yeah, we know what the charges are. You don't, because you're not too intelligent, or you're just being a bootlegger. That's what they're all doing. Vivek Ramaswamy was there. He's not in Congress, but he's a failed presidential wannabe. And now what? He's trying to suck up to Trump to hopefully get something out of the deal. This goes back to one of my original questions. What is the GOP doing for you? Okay? Because let me put it to you some examples so you better understand. This is for the Trump supporters, all the MAGA heads out there who are screaming alleged injustice or witch hunt, which it's not. Let's take Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example. I don't know for sure, but I'm willing to bet in her district in Georgia, there are some people there that don't have health care. Well, guess what? Greene and her family, they have health care. She gets it through Congress. So if she got sick or injured or something happened to a member of her family, she's taken care of. You, on the other hand, may not be. So what has she done lately? Has she voted to expand health care? No. Has she done anything as far as for poverty or try to make life better? Like lowering student debt for your children who are in college, who do have debt? Biden is, Greene isn't. So what are you getting out of this? I mean, yeah, it's entertaining to watch it, laugh at her, and some of you might be looking at her in a positive way, thinking like, yeah, Georgia Greene, she's supporting us, she's a fighter. No, she's not. She is a grifter, and she is a bootlicker. So like I said, if you don't have health care and you're living in Georgia, she's not doing anything for you, but she's taken care of. Let's say you're living in a house and you and your family are in poverty. Your house is food insecure. In the past, the GOP has voted to like defund SNAP and certain other programs to help feeding children. So how does that benefit you? What has Greene done for that? She's got a healthy salary. Her children are well fed and taken care of. But your children may not be. So what is Greene doing for you? You know, I could go on with a whole bunch of other examples, like infrastructure, everything like that. Student debt. Let's say you've got students that are in debt and that are struggling, you know, because these are predatory loans. Greene can send her kids to college, and she's got plenty of income where she may not need to get a student loan, or not one that'll lock her kids into student debt. Your children, whether in Georgia or even a red state, will not have that luxury. So again, because if these people are in the private sector, not just Greene, but like Boebert, Gaetz, all these other lunatics, they're so busy licking Donald Trump's boots, they're not doing anything. To which my supervisor, if they were on their unit, would pull them aside and say, you're fired, get out. You're not doing anything, you're not producing anything, you're just creating spectacle, you're creating a toxic environment, you're not doing your job. Their job is to serve Congress, That is the president's job. You may not like Biden. You may have issues with him. He may not be perfect. But I can list things that he has done that have helped the American people in both up to and not including red states. You can't deny it. It's just a simple fact. Donald Trump has talked about nationwide abortion bans, which would negatively impact your daughters. You know, he's talked about cuts to Social Security and Medicare, which would negatively impact, you know, depending on your age, you, if not definitely your parents, your grandparents, if they're still around. But he'll be taken care of. Meanwhile, he expects you guys to keep sending him money to pay off his legal bills. How does that benefit you? So, as much as we look at this GOP circus, you're acting all outraged about Trump. You're saying, yeah, they're there to support him. Here's an idea. All those MAGA clowns up to and as well as Mike Johnson, who's another degenerate, instead of being in New York talking to the press and spewing a bunch of lies, you guys could be in Congress passing legislation to help the American people, especially ones in the states that you represent. Those red states, remember? But they're not doing that. So, again, what do you get out of all this? I realize, again, it's entertaining, but the bottom line is, I vote for people to be in Congress to do a job. If they're not doing their job, I say vote them out. And that includes Democrats. Yes, we've had Democrats that have done that. So instead of going for the whataboutism, ask yourself, what is Green and the rest of these mega lunatics doing for you? And if the answer is nothing, you got to do some serious soul searching and just say, hey, as much as I like to vote Republican, they're not doing their job. You know, as funny it is to watch Boebert and Green and Gates and Jordan and, you know, Johnson, all these other lunatics putting on all this performance, they're not doing anything for you. As entertaining it is to watch Trump at his recent rallies talking about hot dogs, Hannibal Lecter, nothing about policy, nothing about, you know, what I'm going to do, more of the things that he intends to do for himself, which doesn't benefit you. You're voting against your best interests. I'm being really serious and sincere about that, okay? If you disagree with me, fine, leave a comment and show me some evidence or, you know, make a valid argument. But if all your thing is, well, they're making America great again. No, they're not. They're making themselves fat at your expense. Okay? You can deny it all you want, but the facts are there. I can list Biden's accomplishments. What has the GOP done for you lately? What has this whole MAGA circus done for you lately? And the answer is real simple. I'll give you a hint. Nothing. Never have, never will. Because MAGA is not patriotic. It is not American. If anything, quite the opposite. It's un-American. It is only about supporting Trump. It has nothing to do with supporting the American people. The sooner you learn that, the sooner you do things to change that, we can see the improvement that we want to see. Until then, you're just going to keep watching these clowns put on a show. The failed MAGA GOP circus. It is all, you know, just a grift. It is not helping you or your families. We need to vote them out. And if you're not going to do it, the Democrats definitely will. So, anyway, thank you for watching. I really hope you understand what is with all these helicopters. Bye.